Hey, shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Um, this is True Disciples of Christ, and we're actually gonna cover the Passover when the disciples or the members actually get in the room. So we'll be with you shortly. Give people the opportunity to come on into the room.
Join the meeting.
Hey, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey, can the people that's in the room, can you hear me?
Hello.
Shalom.
Yeah, shalom, shalom, shalom.
I thought it was at 11:30.
It said 11:30.
Yeah, it said 11:30. I mean, well, it said it's 11:30 my time, but it said 12:30 on the email.
Oh yeah. But I always do it on East Coast time. My bad. I didn't realize it said 12:30. Let me go back and check that, man. if such is the case, then I'll just stop it and then restart at 12:30. You see, Zoom, you gotta pay specific attention to it. Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, we'll just come off and come back on at 12:30. Yeah, see people coming in. Let me tell them that before they
Terrence live.
Join the meeting.
Yeah, I knew it said. I mean, I thought I was tripping. I didn't have my glasses on, but I mean, I read it.
Yeah. So Terrence, we're gonna stop and come back on at 12:30. It literally said 12:30 in the email. Sometimes
Yeah,
it is Zoom. It be throwing me off, man. That's why I use the other thing. Hold on, you got people coming in here still. Look, you got Shaw here. Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's just give it a few minutes. If everyone come on, then we'll just do it now. Then.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's already 12:08. I put a message in the text. We'll see if they come in. But I mean, they really need to come in because they really need this message, man. I could assure you, almost all of them don't know how to keep the Passover. And I kind of told. I was saying this to the brother Eliezer. I don't think a lot of people are gonna actually keep the Passover this year, man. And if they do, they're gonna run up in there, man, and try and shut that down because they don't want too many people gathered together. So a lot of Jakes are actually going to be helping to keep this probably on their own, at their home or something. I don't even know if they'll actually be able to if you live in an apartment, you might not even be able to go outside with a grill. A lot of a lot of other Negroes, want to come around and whatever.
man, let me have some.
Yeah. What's going on with you, Sean?
Well, Salaki, Salaki, my bad.
Shalom.
Shalom, what's going on with you, King?
Not much, King. I'm ready to hear this teaching today and learn a little bit more about the Passover.
Yeah. I mean, it's really simple. What we want to emphasize is that a lot of these Israelite camps that so-called keep the Passover, they be off as hell, man. They be off. Eating potato salad. And we're going to show that none of that is part of the damn Passover, man. Fried
no
chicken.
baked bean.
Right.
No baked bean.
Right.
No putting ranch dressing on your bitter herbs.
Right. And they do all of that. Potato salad, macaroni and cheese, sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie. Like it's a damn Christmas celebration or something. I'm serious, man. They violate the Lord's Passover. Because the Lord gives us specific ways of how this thing is supposed to be kept, man.
Right. You got the whole week of unleavened bread. If you want to do that during the unleavened bread, you can do that as long as you got some unleavened bread. But the Passover is separate. You're supposed to. It's really particular things you're supposed to do. Oh yeah, well, the brother Terrence.
Yes, sir.
And hey, you said you was in Tyler, right? You still in Tyler, right?
Yeah, as of today. As of right now, still am.
I mean, well, I don't know if you want to, meet up and do the Passover. If we in the same. If you want to meet up.
Man, I could, but I really wasn't planning on getting out until I go back to the doctor again, and that was next week. I really wasn't planning on going nowhere. Not because of that coronavirus, it was just lack of this and that, but once I get my leg broke, I'm pretty much on Friday. I'm going back to the house. I'm going back out of town. I'm going back home.
Yeah, there's no way that these people didn't get the the message by now, though. You know, I'm sure they got it, man. The other people, because I put it in the group text. I'll put it in there again. Um, we're actually in on the call now, so everyone could tune in now instead of 12:30. Come on into Zoom.
Join the meeting.
A lot of background noise going there. Yeah. Hey, Shalom, Joanna.
Shalom.
Yeah, Shalom. Hey, Shalom, Joanna. What's going on with you, King? He fell out. He was in for a minute. I don't see how to be falling off a Zoom. It's not really like the other thing, but you never know, man. So, I guess we have enough people, man. We could go ahead and get started, man. Let me see what's going on YouTube. Anyone got anything they want to say? A few minutes so I could set this up on YouTube so other people that don't know this. Hey, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Joanna. And so, as of right now, everyone should still be fasting. Like we shouldn't break the fast until sunset. So hopefully no one's actually eating anything. Like I was telling that brother last night that said, he said he's going to do something and break it. You can't do that, man. The Lord will bring judgment against you for that.
Right. Yeah, like that was a lot of people don't even know how to fast.
Right.
You just learn a lot of things. A lot of people don't know simple things.
And you would think they would be tuning into this. Most of the people that be on these calls that we be doing, man, are not even T-Doc members. They be on these calls, and these are like not T-Doc members. Would you would think that these people were that message, internet connections unstable. Hey, can everyone still hear me?
I hear you, Tom.
All right. See a couple people muted there.
Okay.
So maybe no one else is actually gonna tune in right now.
Hey, Todd, I'm looking for. I'm trying to remember. I know where it came from. Scripture. It's. I'm gonna tell you what's in it. It says in the book of Psalms. It's a scripture. It says. It talks about when you're in the what's the word they use? Not bondage, captivity. They give certain orders to do because Yehuda was in captivity. I know it's in the book of Psalms, if I remember. And I cannot think of that scripture for nothing. It just gives you certain things to do while the children of Israel is in captivity.
I'm not sure what you were actually referring to. I know a lot of Israelites trying to tell you don't have to keep the holy convocations if you're in captivity, which is actually a false lie, man. It's a lie. So yeah, when you get that scripture, you can bring it out, and we'll discuss it. But you got people that be eating pasta and all this stuff on the Lord's Passover when they're not supposed to be doing that. You got people that go and eat them You know, how you eating cakes and stuff on the Passover when there's no unleavened bread?
Right, right.
There's no leavened bread supposed to be consumed. Yeah, it's amazing, man. All right, so you know what? I guess we could go ahead and get started, man. Let's see, man. Go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, man. Someone want to get that? Start reading that verse 1. Johanna, can you hear us? Because I haven't heard you say anything. Shouted you out a couple times, but I didn't hear anything back. Is that brother still on the core?
Negative.
So with these guys, man. If someone want to speak for a second, I'm gonna start calling some of these people, man. So someone just talk for a second. I'm gonna call Yashabun's not even on, man. What's going on? People working on the Lord's Shabbat or what? I don't know what's going on, man. You can't work in fast. You understand? You can't really justify that. I don't know what's going on with these people, man. Let me mute myself. I'm gonna.
All right, all right.
There are actually people like listening on Facebook, so someone needs to speak. You know, keep them actually entertained about something. I mean, you could literally talk about the things that they shouldn't do until I make some phone calls here.
We can start off on Exodus 23, like we was about to bring out earlier.
One, two.
Someone could just start reading Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, verse 1, and start from right there.
All right. You got that?
Oh, not yet.
All right. So Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. So it's going into the Sabbath day, right? Verse 4, these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover, right? And the
Yeah. Let's stop right there for a second and go to Exodus 23, 14 through 16. Then we'll come back to that, like that you was actually about to bring out.
okay.
So these are the feasts of the Lord, even the holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their seasons. And it says, in the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Lord's Passover. Actually, Exodus 12. We don't need, well, you could bring out what you was going to bring out in Exodus 23. Then we'll go to, Exodus 12 and come back here.
I mean, we can go to 12 first. 23 is like, yeah, we can go to 12. I'll go to 12.
Hey, Shalom, Craig. I'm going to call a couple more people. You guys could go ahead and bring that out.
All right. So this is the Exodus 12 and starting
Shalom.
Verse 1.
Hey, Shalom, King Shalom. What's going on, Craig?
So And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. All right, which is Abib.
Okay. So the first month of our year, make it abundantly clear, is never January. It's never January. The first month of the year does not fall in the dead of winter. So it's usually going to fall, since we're using this solar calendar over here, it's either going to fall in March or April. And as you can see, in this year, it's actually falling in April. Last year it fell in March. Okay, read on.
All right. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. So you're supposed to take a lamb that's has no, no blemishes on it. You can't take a lamb that's lamping or, that's got something going on with them. You're supposed to take a lamb without blemish, meaning one of your good ones, right?
Come.
And you shall keep it up. You shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, right? So you want to separate it. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Right? So that's when the Passover starts. You take it and you kill it in the evening, right? And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. Right? So you take that lamb's blood and you strike it at the top of your post, right? You strike it at the top, and it's going to explain later on the verse, well, the reasoning for that. But I'll keep reading at 8. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, and that night roast with fire. So you want to roast it with fire. You don't put it on a George Foreman grill, right? You don't bake it in the oven. You want to roast it with fire, over open fire. And they shall eat the flesh, and at night roast with fire and unleavened bread. You want to make you some unleavened bread. And with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Salakia, does everyone understand what unleavened bread is? Does
Bread
everyone understand what unleavened bread is?
Is the bread that don't have yeast in it?
Yes. So, what about, you understand what that is, Yowana?
Come.
Yeah. So let me ask you then. Can I eat cereal during the Passover? Can I eat cereal? Can I eat pancakes during the Passover? Because once the Passover start, can I eat pancakes, cereal, cookies, things of that nature?
Negative.
Yeah.
No, I mean we want them that. Let's let them answer, man. They say they know what's going on. So because a lot of people are violating the Lord's Passover and don't know it, and this thing's serious, man. So can I eat cookies and all of this stuff? During the Lord's Passover. When am I actually allowed to eat cookies, pancakes, damn cereal? Because the Lord tells you to take these things out of your house, man, because you're going to get tempted, and a lot of people will eat them. You understand what I'm saying? They keep playing with the Most High's commandments, man, and this is why we still end up in captivity, man, and we never could get out of this thing. So the Lord said to remove all of this from your dwellings. Why? Because He know how people get tempted, man. So I'm gonna hit you with something, man. If you look, what about baking soda? What about baking soda? A lot of products have baking soda in them, right? They're not gonna say leaven. Some of them might say baking powder, baking soda, yeast. So you gotta go to any kind of product that contains any of those And you have to abstain from those for how long? Can someone tell us how long? Anyone know how long we supposed to abstain from this stuff? Anyone on the call knows on YouTube, you could post it in the room. How long are we supposed to
I don't
abstain
know.
from these things?
Not the whole week of the
A week
Passover,
out.
the whole week of the unleavened feast of unleavened bread.
Come. So how many days is that totally?
That would be 8.
Yeah, 8 days. See, most people probably don't know this stuff, man, because the Passover is one day. Then you got the week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, where you're supposed to take all leaven out of your house. You don't eat anything with leaven in it, man. You don't eat any. You're not supposed to be eating anything with leaven in it. So if you got cereal, most cereal, I'm gonna tell you, most cereal has leaven in it. Pancakes, leaven in it. You understand? Cake mix, leaven in it.
Even wines, some of your wines have leaven in
Right.
it.
So you got to look at the ingredients of all of that stuff and to abstain from it. Because if you're consuming that, you're not keeping the Lord's Passover. And you can't say that you didn't know. This is why the Lord is actually moving us to do this call right here. And even if you're not even a part of T-Doc, the people that's listening on Facebook, you're supposed to be keeping this also, man. We got people that's not even on the call. Where's that young guy? Yahshua, man. You see how people get, man?
I have a precept. I have a precept for that leaven. This is the purpose of removing the leaven.
All right, bring it up.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 5, starting at 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? Right? A little leaven. You put a little bit of leaven and some yeast. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna rise.
Come.
Right? So purge out therefore the old leaven. Right? It's like a parable. It's like a side by side. You removing the leaven from your house, yes, but also it goes into your spiritual,
Right.
your body.
Right.
Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, right? As ye are unleavened. For even Yahushua our Passover is sacrificed for us. Therefore let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. Right? So you removing that physically. You removing all the leaven from your house. Yes, so you won't be tempted to eat it, but also, spiritually, you want to remove all those things. You may malice. You may have hatred toward a brother. You may have malice. Somebody may have made you mad. Anything. You just remove. You let all of that go. You let all that go, and that's that's removing the leaven from your body. Any old sins you're dealing with, anything you remove that, because a lot of people, and tell you something, a lot of people eat of the Passover unworthily. You know what I'm saying? If you not in the spirit, if you ain't you ain't removed that old stuff, you going into the Passover still hating your brother, you might as well not even partake in it.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Or you wait until wait until.
And I'm gonna hit you with something else. Pardon me. The other thing, if you're not circumcised, you can't keep the Lord's Passover. You can't come in. If you're
Right.
not circumcised, that's a requirement for you to be at the Lord's Passover. If you're a male,
Everybody listen.
any uncircumcised man can't attend the Lord's Passover.
Correct.
Good, huh?
Yeah, that was like I said, that was the precept on the leaven. So you want to remove it. You want to remove the leaven from your house, and also your spiritual house.
Come.
Right. All right, go back into Exodus chapter 12, start at verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread. right?
Oh,
So
no. So you sure they can't bake it in the oven? A lot of people throw it in the oven, put rosemary on it, and so on and so forth.
and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire
All
and
right. So it's
unleavened bread.
right. So don't try to broil it on the top of your damn stove either, in a damn crock pot, something like that. That's not how you prepare the Lord's Passover. And you're not to emulate a lot of these damn Israelite camps. You're gonna find out if you're a man, you don't even sit down. You're not even supposed to be sitting down eating the Lord's Passover. It says you should
We
eat it standing with your loins girded. And he's gonna get to that.
right, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. All right, does anybody know what bitter herbs are?
Yeah, better yet, why don't someone tell us what it is? What are the bitter herbs? We got to get a little more participation in here, man, so we can see
Ain't
who's
that
on what.
aren't those like roots, greens? Basically
Kind
all
of
without sugar.
like dandelion roots.
Yeah.
What else? Help me out, Taz. I mean, I know what they are. I know what they are.
So I mean rosemary is bitter.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
ones that you could
The
use.
bitter.
That's typically what I use is rosemary.
You got
Uh,
basil,
Yeah, I typically use rosemary or basil or something like that. Then I get some
oregano.
dates.
right.
You have dill.
So like
How
was a
about oregano?
red little lady was saying something. What is you saying, sister?
Oh, coriander.
Okay, yeah. And what was the other brother saying?
I said dill.
Oh no, not you, General. It was another brother was saying something.
Oh, I was saying oregano. Is oregano a bitter herb
Uh,
or sage?
I mean,
Yeah. I hate to say this, man. The brother and I'm gonna put it out there, man. The brother Eliezer has fallen off, man. He better be careful with his soul, man. I'm gonna put that out there, man. Because the brother don't be tuning in or nothing, man. You can't be an individual like, man. Especially on a high holy day, the Most High want us to congregate, and a lot of these men don't know how to keep these high holy days, man. So they should be in on these calls, man. Real talk, man. This is about salvation. People take this as a joke, man. This is not a joke, man. This is really about salvation. But go ahead, man. Pardon me, man. I'm texting all of these people right now, man, individually.
all right. So and also, but so like, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, come.
So but like with everything we was going to like bitter. Those are like bitter herbs. You can put things that's bitter, things it's gonna make you tear up when you eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta eat it. You can't put ranch dressing on it. You can't put none of that stuff on it. That's how you gotta eat it. You gotta eat it how the Lord said eat it. Right.
Come.
So
Yeah, maybe someone could help me out with this. How can people not be on the call? It's the Lord Shabbat. What are they out working? Spray painting damn cars? What the heck's going on, man? It's the Lord Shabbat. Plus, what the hell's going on with this damn COVID-19? You would think they would be in the damn house, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
all right, Exodus chapter 12, verse 9. So like I'm gonna read 8 again. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Verse 9. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden, or at all with water. Right. And the Khan brought it out earlier when he was asking me, he said, when he was telling you don't roast it you don't put it on the oven, you don't put it on the stove and boil it in water. You're not supposed to do that because it tells you right here in this verse, eat not of it raw, nor sodden. Sodden means to, wet at all with water, but roast with fire. So it's telling you again, roast it with fire. It's got to be with fire. His head with his legs and with the pertinence thereof. All right. Does anybody know what the pertinence is? The pertinence, it just means the inward parts, the inner parts. Am I wrong?
No, that's right.
That's right. That's like the most important. So
Right,
the
right.
inside, not just the outside.
So like we know nowadays we don't we don't have access. A lot of brothers don't have access to lambs. They don't have they don't have this stuff, but we still got to break it down. If you do have access to it, it's always good.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you could go to some farms. People that live in the South, they could go to
You're right.
farms and buy a whole damn lamb, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Right, and with the pertinence thereof, verse 10, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And right, well, let's stop right there. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. So you roast that whole lamb with fire, right? You leave all the parts in, and you can't let it have leftovers for tomorrow. I'm gonna have me a lamb sandwich.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with something though, man. I know brothers that I had previously done the Passover with, man. And I go over to their crib the next day. Yo, what you eating? Oh yeah, man, I'm eating some of this leftover lamb. I just shook my damn head, man. You supposed to throw that away. That's what the Lord tells you if it's too much for your household to invite your neighbor and invite your neighbor. You see what I'm saying? You don't get, I don't want to waste this food, man. I paid a lot of money for this lamb. You better throw that out, man, like the Lord says, man.
Verse 10, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. So the leftovers, you got to burn it. You have to burn it. You can't save it. Wrap it up with foil paper, put it in refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it and burn it.
And the other thing, pardon me, brother. The other thing, a lot of so-called Israelite men, they get drunk as hell during the Passover. Where's that written at? They get drunk, man. Drinking a whole damn big bottles of wine by themselves, man. Like I don't drink wine. Like the last Passover, I shared it with a few brothers. I went down to North Carolina and kept it. I won't say who it was, man. I gave each one of them brothers an individual bottle of wine, man. They drink the whole damn bottle of wine, man. Goddamn drunk as a skunk, man. How the hell you drunk? You up there reading, calling yourself a Kahan, a priest at the Lord's Passover, and you drunk reading. You drunk reading the scriptures, man.
Oh yeah, the scriptures tell you you're not supposed to. You ain't supposed to be drinking while while you teaching.
Right.
But brothers don't follow that anyway. Brothers don't believe that. Right. So in verse 10, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. So we know that, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Right. So burn the rest of it. Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, right? Your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand.
See that?
Right, and you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
Right,
so
that means in a hurry.
Right, so verse 11 is key. Like, it's not a thing where you sit down and everybody, we all sharing stories, and we all cutting up, having a good old time eating. No, we're supposed to.
That's what they do, though. That's what they do. If you ever been to any of them, that's what they do. They around joking and laughing, and you know what I mean. They give some of them. They give like a 2-3 hour sermon before the Passover.
It's not. You ain't supposed to do that. We read it. You read the history of the Passover. That's what we did. We read the history, and had the Passover, ate it, hurried up. It was solemn. It wasn't no playing around. Wasn't no joking. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to do it. All right. And thus shall you eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
And let me say this, man, because we need to go back. When we're done with this, we need to go back to Leviticus, because you're not supposed to be working during that week of the Passover. If you could get that time off, now we understand you're in Esau society, but if you could get that time off, you're not supposed to work for the entire week. That's why those Ashkenaz people, they get the whole week off, man, for the Passover. That's right. What Esau put that on his calendar, man.
All right. Verse 12. All right, and this is the meaning of the Passover. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood, right? That blood that you strike on your doorpost, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. So that's the purpose of the Passover, and that's the purpose that the Most High, He's perfect in everything He does. Everything He has a reason why He wants you to do what He's supposed to do. When He tell you to keep the commandments, it's a reason why, because He'll bless you, right? When you're not keeping the commandments, He's gonna curse you, right? And so even now, this is an important time too, because you got this little, virus or whatnot. This is perfect time. This is keep the Passover. If you can, strike your doorpost if you can. A lot of brothers, would say, we can't do that. We in captivity, or hey, if you can do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Be ye therefore perfect. So
Con. And
and verse
yeah, you know, again, man, some people may not be able to go out. If you're in New York, you might not be able to go out. And I'm gonna show you how wicked this system is, right? Belijah was saying people better not meet. Now he know the Passover is coming up. Keep this in mind what I'm saying. He know the Passover is coming up. He said this morning, no one better be meeting at no religious organizations. And so he got to be talking to people that's, he know that, pretty soon, man, the week of the Passover, some people might keep it on the 6th, 7th, or 8th. You see what I'm saying? Of April. So that's coming up real quick. Now he comes out and say no one actually better meet at any kind of religious ceremonies, or we're going to send out our enforcement. That's a violation of the damn Constitution. But wait a minute. We're not under the Constitution right now. It's martial law. You see what I'm saying? Because you cannot stop a man from his right to assemble for religious purposes. You see what I'm saying? That's the First Amendment, man. You have a freedom of assembly. But he's saying no better not go out. What does that tell you? Constitution is actually not even being enforced, man. Or this applies to those that have the 501c3, right? Because if I want to keep it and the people around me want to keep it, we're endangering ourselves. If we endanger ourselves, that's up to us, right? We could self-quarantine after that. Not go around anyone for 14 days and see what happens. But this man didn't say that. He says that you better not gather for your functions, or we're going to use our enforcement people to break it up and then issue you a $500 citation. Then he said you might spend time in jail or prison. That's how far they're going with this thing. You might spend time in jail or prison. Yeah, but go ahead, Al. I showed you how wicked this system is, man.
Right, verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast.
Read that part again, so Terrence could get it.
Right, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations.
That means forever, Terrence. Now, I didn't see anything about in there, because keep in mind now, when we was keeping this Passover, let me show you how ridiculous it is, Yeshaya, for those that say, oh, yeah, we ain't supposed to do it in captivity. You stupid damn idiots. Were they not in captivity then to Pharaoh? That's what the hell we was trying to do, man. Get out of bondage.
Yep.
We were still in captivity when he kept that.
That's right.
That's why that dumb stuff don't fly with me, man. We was in captivity then.
Yeah,
We was trying to flee from Egypt, the Egyptian bondage.
No, I wasn't meaning it like that. It was the scripture saying that keep those commandments while you're in bondage. That means keep the.
Oh, all right.
So also, you keep doing what you're supposed to do because the Creator said do it. Even though you didn't keep the commandments, that's why you're in bondage.
Right.
But still keep our laws.
But you got a lot of Israelites that teach that that dogma. Oh, well, we're in captivity. We're not supposed to do any of that. That doesn't apply because they're wicked, man, and they want everyone else to go off. And you got people that follow that garbage.
No. I wasn't I didn't want to come off like that, because it's still adultery going on, and also and theft and bearing false witness against our brother. All that's still going on. But no,
Right.
I wasn't talking about that.
And that's what I always say to them when they say that to me. I say, well, then, when we kept the Passover, were we in bondage? Yes and no. Then they start, oh, duh, oh, Bart, oh, yeah, yeah, I gotta look up that one. I gotta talk to my elder about that one. Don't come to me with that dumb nonsense, man. You just don't want to keep the Lord's commandments, man. And the Lord's gonna deal with you. So was it on that, Yeshaya? Was that it on that? Or you got some more?
It's more on that.
So many rounds, I ain't fight now.
Whoever that is, can you mute your mic, please? All right. Exodus chapter 12, verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
So that's how serious the Lord is about this thing. If one of you decide, well, yeah, damn, Yeshaya can't see me, man. I'm gonna have me a damn bowl of cereal. I'm running late. Negro, you ain't supposed to be going to work anyways, if you can avoid it. But you eat that damn bowl of cereal. The Lord said we're not supposed to deal with you anymore. You're supposed to be cast out of your nation. That's how serious he is about this, man. You're supposed to be cast out of your nation. But you'll find Israelites now, yeah, man. Wise man falls 7 times. And it's trying to start twisting the scriptures up on you. And we're going to do what the Lord says. You got to put that in the proper context. The Lord said he's supposed to be kicked out of his nation. That's how serious it is.
This whole chapter 12 really goes into it. This whole chapter, book of Exodus chapter 12 goes really into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if brothers and sisters want to read that, and then also you want to go into the history too, which you can read about, that's really what we read about. It's really about our exodus from Egypt. So you want to go and read that history too. So I'm gonna go back to
hold on. What verse did you stop on? I'm gonna read some more in 12.
Well, I can keep reading it. I stopped at 15.
7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation. So that means you're supposed to gather. The Lord is giving you an order to gather, right? A holy convocation. That means you come together. And in the 7th day, there should be a holy convocation. So on the first day, there's supposed to be a big dinner of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And on the last day, there's supposed to be a big dinner on the Feast of the Unleavened Bread. Everybody get that? Everyone see that? Right. And no manner of work. Let me read that again because some people are going to pretend they didn't get it. No manner of work shall be done in them. That means from the day of the Passover to that last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we're not supposed to be working. Now, we understand you're in captivity. We're not going to tell you to lose your job or something. You got to go in. That's what you got to do, man. You better ask the Most High for forgiveness, stuff. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat. That only may be done of you. And you shall observe the Feast of Unleavened Bread. For it, in this selfsame day, have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore, you shall observe this day in your generations by your ordinance forever. Forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 120th day of the month at evening. It's until the 21st day. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Therefore, whether he be a stranger or born in the land, you shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations. You shall eat unleavened bread. Those of you, if you don't know how to make unleavened bread, there's recipes of it online. If you got a wicked Eve, she don't want to make it. She eating damn biscuits and things like that right in front of your face and say, nigga, you don't tell me what to do. Might want to get away from her, right? You got a wicked Negro that coming in eating pizza and all that in front of your face, tempting you. Might want to get away from that Negro. You understand? You can't eat no damn pizza. That's out. Gone. So don't be going to the damn pizza shop, man. Like Radio Raheem talking about 2 slices. Nope, can't do it. Verse 21. Then Moshe called all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to the families and kill that Passover. So what does he mean about according to the families? He means the size of your family. You're supposed to get a lamb based upon that size because you know you're not supposed to have anything left over. So you're supposed to try and finish that lamb. And I mean, some of these damn Israelites are so damn cheap, man. I went to the Passovers, man, and they give you a little ass piece of lamb, like as big as your damn thumb, man. And you pay all this money to go there. I'm telling you, man, Israelites, a lot of them are wicked, man. Wicked. Give you a little ass piece of lamb, man.
That's wicked.
Yeah. Well, big as your thumb, man. Well, we ain't got that much of lamb. Well, Negro, what you do with all that money? What did you do with all that money?
No, they pocketed that, bro.
Yep. Verse 22.
Yeah, verse.
And you shall take a bunch of hyssop. What is hyssop? And dip it in the blood that is in the basin and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. Anyone knows what hyssop is? And none of you shall go out that door of his house until the morning. Everyone got that? So is Israelites really keeping it right? After the Passover, everyone leave and go home. That's not what the Lord says. Anyone ever think about that? Oh, well, we can't keep. Lord said you're not supposed to leave out of there until the next morning. This is why it's best to keep it in a hotel or something. Everyone can stay there in their room because the Lord tell you not to go back outside for that night. It's symbolic for us not going out because when that angel of death was coming by, if you was out in the streets, you was going to be put to death. And if you didn't have your door marked with that lamb's blood, you was going to be put to death, the firstborns. You got Israel, I need a designated driver. I'm drunk. You're going to drink the whole bottle of wine. Glutton, sitting there eating like your honey. Just glutton, sitting there, that damn lamb, man, and drinking damn wine, potato salad, baked beans, macaroni and cheese, greens, collard greens. Does it say anything about that? What would you want to say?
The wine with anybody? Or there was just not that? There was
no, I mean, they get everyone to bring wine, so there's wine everywhere. They drinking a whole damn bottle, man. So out of respect, man, I had took 3 of the brothers, the so-called priests, right? A big bottle of wine, man. You know that wine that, they supposed to drink on the Passover? I gave each one of them a whole body plus the ones that I actually gave to the congregation. Man, they sit there, drink the whole damn bottle of wine, man. I thought they was going to drink it over, the period of time in the unleavened bread. I said, damn, you drink that whole thing? Oh, yeah, man, I drink 2 of these. And they told me I had to drink. I said, no, I don't, man. I'm not drinking anything that's fermented. I drink me some, non-alcoholic wine, that like grape juice is not fermented because I don't drink at all. Never. But that's just me. I'm not saying anyone else got to do that. I don't consume alcohol. It's not my thing.
basically, they just had a family reunion.
I guess they had a wicked Israelite reunion, like they typically have. And people there showing, damn, where you get that garment? That's a nice garment. They're not there for the Lord's Passover. They come in and see, just kind of like church, man. Remember when you used to go to church back in the day when you were small? They come in and see who got the best suit on. These brothers seeing who got the best garment on. Yeah, it's a nice garment. I gotta get me one of those out.
That's crazy.
Yep, I'm telling you, that's what goes on, man.
It's not about that, man. It's not really about that. Well, it's not about that at all. You know what I'm saying? Well, brothers just don't take it seriously. Gotta take it seriously. It's a serious thing.
Come on. Men, please.
And then
It's funny. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, just side note, if anybody know what hyssop is like a shrub they use to paint the blood. It's basically a little plant. So it take you a bunch of hyssop.
Right.
They just dip it,
Come on.
and that's what they use to paint the post with. But go ahead.
And, also, I was going to add that hyssop is used for digestive and intestinal problems, including liver, gallbladder, intestinal pain, colic, and also for like if you have like a loss of appetite or whatever. It also helps heal from respiratory problems, including coughs, common cold, respiratory infections, sore throat, and also asthma.
Yeah, but I mean, they're for the Passover, it's not used for any kind of medical purposes. You're just using it to mark that door. You're using that plant to mark that door, and no one's supposed to go out after that. So what I always had a problem understanding, brothers like, yo, I'll come to my crib for the Passover. I was like, yo, I mean, we supposed to stay in after the Passover. So everyone's gonna be able to stay at your crib? Nope. Then they have it at a place, rented a building, and there's no rooms for people to stay in. Everyone that leaves, are we not violating the Lord's Passover? See, these are the kind of problems that I always have with a lot of these Israelites, man. If you're gonna do it right to a T. So if everyone, if you invite too many people over, unless you're doing it at a hotel, then people are gonna be leaving out. How you really keeping the Passover? You're doing it your way. Scriptures say don't add to the book, don't take away. So you kind of doing it your way. And let's see why we're not supposed to go out. Let's read verse 23. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your house to smite you, meaning to kill you. And you shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye come to the land which the Lord will give you, according to he hath promised, that you shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, right? When your children shall say unto you, what means you do you by this service? And your children say, hey, Dad, why you do this? This is what you're supposed to say. Verse 27, that ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed their heads and worshiped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. And when it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborns of the cattle. So he killed their animals, everything, man. He killed everything. Now, yeah, we could go back now to Leviticus, man. Anyone else got anything before we go back over there? We're going back to Leviticus 23rd chapter. Those of you that's listening.
All right. Leviticus chapter 23, and starting at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. All right, the Shabbat. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. All right, in their seasons. So also these feast days, you want to keep them in their seasons. All right. You shouldn't be having Passover in
It's a
January.
lot, yeah. So to the sister in the room, Ruth, I'm kind of momentarily monitoring this on Facebook. So if your father is a so-called Jamaican Indian mix and your mother is Black Jamaican, who are you? Now it kind of depends on when you say Indian, what do you mean? Like Indian, far as like so-called Asian, so-called Native American. And so if he's mixed to that, you got to find out what his father was, because there's no such thing as him really being mixed. So whether or not his father was the Jamaican section, or if his mom was a Jamaican section, I'm talking about your father, then that wouldn't make you an Israelite, because it's a seed of the father according to the Bible. Now I know this is getting a little bit off a topic. What is that? Joshua? What scripture is that, Yeshaya? Measure them by the house of their fathers. Man. Can you hear me, Yeshaya?
I was muted. You talking about Job? Prepare
Numbers,
thyself.
Numbers 1 and 18.
Oh, Numbers 1. Okay.
Yeah, Numbers 1 and 18. And they assemble all the congregations. So listen to this, sister. Book of Numbers 1 and 18. And they assemble all the congregations together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigree. Your pedigree is your bloodline. This is how the Bible determines what your bloodline is, your genealogy. And they declared their pedigree after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of their names. So it's not done by the women like the Moors and all these people be teaching, and like the Ashkenazi Jewish people teach. That's not what the Bible says. That's how we know they're not following the scriptures. So your pedigree is determined by your father's seed line. You understand? By the seed of the man, right? So if the father is a so-called Black Jamaican, that would make you an Israelite, so that you could understand. So let's go back to this. She just had that message in the room, so I just wanted to answer that because she was saying, "Can I get an answer?" But yeah, you concentrate on the Passover right now, sis. I'm trying to get rid of these, purge these sins out of Israel. So where was we at?
Exodus 23 and 4. Can somebody pick that up?
Yeah,
Exodus
I'll get
23
it.
and 4.
Exodus 23, verse 4. Hold on.
I get it. Exodus 23, verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
Well, why at evening? Anyone, not Yeshaya, Yashubam, or Terrence, someone else. Let's get some participation. Why at evening? Why is he saying to do it at evening? Why does he say to do it at evening? Anyone? Well, why he say do it at evening, Shaw? We went over this before. What about it, red little lady? Why he say do it at evening? Take a shot at it. What about it, Delette? Why at evening? Can you guys hear me?
Khan, hear you loud and clear.
I heard you.
Well, let's get someone put something in the room, man, instead of a red lady put something in the room. Let's get Exodus not Salakia, Genesis 1 and 5. But we'll show you why he said to do it at evening. Because you know everything that Esau does and teaches us is topsy-turvy. He got us doing things backwards.
So you got Genesis chapter 1, verse 5. And Yahweh called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So the Lord measures the days from evening, sunset, to the morning. Esau does it just backwards. He does everything backwards. He twists everything around. So this is why the Lord is telling us to do it from evening, because that's when the day starts, according to the Most High. Not according to man, not according to Esau, so that you could understand. And the evening, from the evening to the morning, was the first day. That is why. It's not Exodus 1 and 5 on your part. It's Genesis 1 and 5. Right. Same way, reason why we keep the Shabbat from Friday to sundown to Saturday to sundown. And we're not buying into that lunar Shabbat madness that these Ashkenaz start, and you Israelites, you get on board and you follow them. All right, let's go back to this. So that's why, man. See, I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Yeshai, these people, you know, really, man, everyone on the court, they shouldn't be knowing these precepts. All they got to do is go back and look at the videos, man. Go back to look at the videos and memorize them just like we do. Then the Lord will put a spirit on you, man. You'll start to remember more and more, man. You got to know this. How are you going to teach your children if you don't know, right? You can't teach people what you don't know. You got to know what to teach. And because the Most High gave us all the responsibility, he said to go out and gather sheep. We don't just do this for ourselves. We're supposed to be going out and gather sheep, trying to bring other people into the fold, to help them try and save their soul.
So verse 6, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. And the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
So we're not supposed to be working on this, the whole, from the Passover to the whole feast of unleavened bread. We're not supposed to be working. If you tell them, this is my belief, they're supposed to excuse you, man. They're supposed to excuse you. You're supposed to be able to ask for a religious exemption, but it's all in how much you want it. And if you got to work, again, that's where the mercy of Hamashiach Yahushua comes in, because of the captivity. We don't want you to go out and get fired and say, well, man, you guys called me to get fired. I was always the rebel, though. Well, I can't work this day. Do what you got to do. Face a lawsuit for me if you threaten me. I'm not no punk. I don't think the Most High would tell me to do something and then put me in a certain predicament. Go ahead, Art.
Verse 8, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And in the 7th day, as an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. And the Lord spake unto Moshe, saying,
yeah, that's it on that. That's it on that, on the Passover. It's going to go to first fruits now. But that's it on that, on the Passover. So if someone had that link, we could post that link, that Zoom link that I sent out to folks in the room to see if anyone has any questions, on YouTube, right? You can post that Zoom link on YouTube, see if anyone have any questions. We'll try and entertain their questions. Or anyone have any comments, anything they want to add? You know, you could actually click on the link, call in or speak, right?
Can somebody get 1 Corinthians 11 and start at 20?
Can someone grab that? Because I'm gonna send this link to
Con.
let's see, where is it? Okay, I'll get you in a second, man. If they don't
That
get
is
it.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 20.
All right.
When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper. 21. For in eating, everyone taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry and another is drunken. Verse 22. What? Have ye not houses to eat and to drink in? Or despise ye the church of Yahweh, and shame them that have not? What shall I say unto you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not. Keep going.
Salakia.
Yeah, so excuse me. So anyone that wants to call in, ask questions, or state anything, I posted the link in the room. You could click on that link, the passwords in the room, and there's numbers that you could call in if you want to call in from your phone. If you're on the West Coast, you use one number. If you're on the East Coast, you use the other number. So that information's in the room, but you will need that password to actually enter the room, because we initially had set up a password, but it's like all in the room right now on YouTube. But go ahead.
Khan, Yeshai, is that everything? You want me to keep going?
It's really that whole thing. It's basically, just to sum it up, it's basically going when I was saying earlier, if you're not in the right spirit, you know what I'm saying, don't, be partaking to the Passover.
Oh, Khan, well, let me go ahead and finish it out then. Because for I've received of the Lord that which also I deliver unto you, that the Lord, Yahweh Shah, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And we had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. Do in remembrance of me. After the same manner, he also took the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body.
So, there's no need to break that. That's self-explanatory. So, get yourself right spiritually. Talk to yourself spiritually. Everything. I be doing that, talking to myself. Some people might think it's crazy, but nah, just be like, man, try to get the wicked thoughts. Any wicked thoughts you didn't have, man, just get it out, purge it out. That's what goes into purging the leaven. Purge it out, get it out yourself, and you want to partake in the Passover, worthily. Because like I said, a lot of people come up dead around the Passover time.
Khan, that's what these next verses go into. So you got verse 30. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep, which means they're in the grave. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. So for all those that say, you know, not to judge me, or you know, you can't judge me, that's a definite error.
Gone, because it just said, but when we are judged, well, so like it for if we judge ourselves, right? Judge yourself according to the scriptures, right? You know what I'm saying? Judge yourself according to the law. We should not be judged. That means if you making sure you, hey, let me check myself. Okay, I ain't got no beard on my face. If I can grow a beard, let me put a beard on my face. That way nobody can judge me on that because I got my beard. But it's not just about that. But that's just the least commandments. You know what I'm saying? You got the fringes, put your fringes on. You know what I'm saying? That's just simple things, right? So therefore, you judge yourself. You can't be judged. Not saying nobody can judge you, but check yourself. That's basically what that's saying.
Yeah, and then you got verse 32. It says, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, which means we are corrected, we are made straight, that we should not be condemned with the world. Wherefore, my brethren, when ye come together to eat, tarry one for another. That means wait. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home, that ye come not together unto condemnation. And the rest will I set in order when I come. But so basically, you know, if you are looking after your own motives, you're looking after your own habits, and you're, what the Bible is speaking, judging yourselves, like Yeshua was saying, it'll be hard for anybody to pass judgment, meaning to unrighteously or even righteously to try to, you know, condemn you or put you at fault for something because you're doing it for yourself. And I mean, that's pretty much it. And based on the experience of life, I've been accused of I've been accused of that. Actually, I know a lot of people that have been accused of that. People who so-called suffer from, you know, OCD, that look after, you know, their habits and do things over and over again, and you know, want things just right. That's the kind of mindset that that I read that you're gonna have to have. You have to be, you know, for lack of better words, OCD about the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you are, then you know the Lord's judgment and condemnation does pass over you, and at the same time, we're able to, you know, lead others to salvation as well. Because anytime that we're off of the law, statutes, and commandments, that's when, you know, the Most High allows other nations to rise up and bring us into captivity.
You know, all, you know, when you judge, just judging means correction. That's it. Because you don't want the judgment of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that judgment. Judgment of the Most High, you're going to end up dead. Death, losing a leg, losing your eyesight, you know, just to go on. You know what I'm saying? So a person that's correcting me, I want the correction according to the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. Because at the end of the day, all it's going to do is benefit me and you.
A lot of times when you hear folks say, you know, don't judge me, I mean, it's really hurting. It's hurting them to not be judged. And when I say not be judged, I'm saying in a manner of which it is correcting. I'm not saying in the manner in which you are poking fun for the purpose of poking fun, or for the purpose of trying to have an art, or to be envious or jealous of someone. That's different. That's not really passing, you know, judgment. That's really just you being a hater, even though folks use that word judging in that manner. But to go up to somebody and, you know, to let them know that, you know, where they where they may be wrong, and how to, and how to fix it. That's really that's the judgment that's written about, and that's really what folks call it in the secular world, constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? So you're receiving constructive criticism based on the Most High's word. You might want to make those types of folks your best friends. It may not feel right, it may not sound good coming out, but if you're being pointed toward, the law, statutes, and commandments, which essentially brings forth life, it doesn't matter about the whole personality business. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter about, tone and delivery. If it's right, it's right, and if it's wrong, then just fix it. You won't be on that. You won't be on the other end of the stick. But even if you are on the other end of the stick, it's still not a bad thing. When you get upset about the law, statutes, and commandments, that's an emotional response to something that you should be doing anyway, if that's what you're claiming. You see what I'm saying? So it's and that's really the definition of love, to be corrected. To be corrected is one of the definitions, is the proof that you are being loved. And we can use the worst case scenario in this fashion. You got a child, or you in charge of looking after someone else's child, and they're about to go walk in the street, and there's a Mack truck, or a Peterbilt or a bus coming. You're gonna let them stay there and wait to get hit? No, you're gonna snatch them up. So that's akin to someone reminding you and correcting you of the laws, the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. It's the same thing. Now, you feel anger, you feel, proud, and all that. So that way you'll give whoever it is correcting you an excuse for you to remain in that condition. That's an emotional response, and that's a temptation that you need to overcome. You need to fix it, because it doesn't make any sense to be mad at someone for preventing you from killing yourself, whether you know it or not. It just doesn't make any sense.
So everybody on the call understand the Passover and everything? Does everybody understand the purpose of it, the importance of it?
Pretty much.
So far, did we already put out there the time frame, like the start of the Passover and the 7 days after, the date for this year?
No, negative. We didn't.
I'll pull up the calendar right quick. I got an Enoch calendar. And I guess the only way I can possibly verify this is going and looking at the moon, but it looks like it's supposed to be on April the 3rd, and that's on a Friday. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, it looked like it's going to be April the 3rd. I need to match this up with the lunar calendar just to make sure that it's good, but it looks like it'll be April the 3rd through, that's the Passover, and then 7 days after, or
Unleavened bread.
Unleavened bread, which is basically a Saturday, day after, until the following Friday. So, I mean, for a lot of us, if this is how we grew up, it would be easy. But you're gonna win. Oh, no, you good, Huh?
Oh, my bad. No, you go ahead. My bad.
Well, I was just gonna say, with everything that's going on nowadays, to all the men right? If you can't overcome this little bit of hunger, you can't overcome this little bit of fasting, if you cannot overcome your body and directing your body what to do according to the law, statutes, and commandments, because really it's a real small thing, us fasting, for one day. It's really not that big in the grand scheme of things. And then even when you look at the Passover, you got 52 weeks in a year, you're taking 8 days, you're taking 8 days to bring things into remembrance. That's really a small thing. So if you can't overcome your lusts and your desires, it's a little bit of hunger during this time. Just know that the devil, can really easily, without even trying much, easily be able to manipulate. The system is already set up to. So if you're not commanding your body, keeping your temple strong, keeping a clear mind, being sober, being vigilant, it's real easy for you to get deceived by pandemics, by so-called propaganda, and the lack of food or jobs. You get that faint of heart with the quickness and give up hope and stop trying, and then just give in without even trying, give into the system without even trying. So this is important. This is extremely important for development, for everybody's development. For your spirit, this is extremely important. So it needs to be taken serious. That's all I was going to say. Yazar, welcome back. What you got?
Everything good.
Yeah,
Shalom.
so I just want to say, man, it's really important that we keep our words. We talking about the Passover, like people supposed to be asking for forgiveness of sins and all that. So let's take for instance these guys like Zabak, and you say, damn, this guy's always talking about Zabak because that's what I'm supposed to do. The whole Masha Yasha'Allah, right? People of the house of David, the guy that called himself Elazar, so-called AKA Guerrilla Hebrew, all of these men, right? If these men were men of their words, people like Zabak wouldn't be around anymore. People like Yahweh wouldn't be around anymore, right? So I'm going to show you guys something. Most of you are probably not familiar with this, and I'll show you why I'm so upset, because I do this for real, right? So what I have right here, this is a so-called code of ethnics from the so-called Masha Yasha'Allah. So you guys can see I'm not making this up. That thing they're supposed to represent their so-called flag, right? And so the very first summit that we had, this summit was actually in Washington, D.C., in Knopf's building. And this is one of the original ones, so they can't change it. And they can't say I'm making this damn thing up, right? And so they had on this, I don't know if you could read it, but it says a so-called code of ethnics, right? That means Israelites were supposed to live by this, right? See that, right?
Yep, see it.
Right?
Yep.
So they were supposed to live by this. Now, someone just got an echo right here. Now, I'm gonna read. It's hard for me to read because this is old. It says Israelite men of honor, brotherhood, code of ethnics, right? Then it starts off with John 3:23. And this is his commandments, that we should believe on the name of the Son, Yahweh Shah, and love one another as he have gave us commandment. Now, they was talking about them being a government and honoring everything in this so-called code of ethnics. Now, when you go down to code 6, that was used in Exodus 20 and 17. So you can't think I'm making this up. And they said that anyone that broke this code will be utterly kicked out, and they would never deal with him. And they would tell every camp in the so-called nation of Israel not to deal with this person. If a man committed adultery, they said that they would tell every camp that that man has actually committed adultery and violated someone's wife. They said that they would tell every camp that that woman was married to so-and-so and no other brother could marry her. So I got upset when I heard from so-called elders of Quan, and I don't respect the man as an elder. I don't respect him as an elder at all. When, you know, he came to us, at that time I was with so-called Yahweh's camp. He came to us and said, a brother saw Zabak kissing another man's wife. That's in Zabak's camp. While that man was teaching, Zabak walked around the corner and was kissing this man's wife in the mouth, right? And I was like, yo, you got to bring that out, man, at the summit, man. This can't be amongst Israel. And so all of the brothers down there in North Carolina was saying, yo, we don't want Zabak to come around. He's wicked. But none of them saying that right now. Nobody's saying anything but Tazadak, T-Doc, and FOPE. No one else is saying anything. They sweep it under the rug. They put it on a hush-hush. They try and be quiet about it. So everyone could see code 6, Exodus 20 and 17. Someone read that. Because all they did was printed this from the Bible. And so in this code, they said if any man or woman violated this, they would tell every camp. They didn't say they would go in secret. They said if they had proof, they would tell every camp not to deal with this person, so they wouldn't be able to run from state to state. And Canuck could be a witness to this, and other brothers that was there could be a witness to this. So someone read that Exodus 20 and 17.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant.
Okay, right there. Not thou neighbor's wife. So to those of you who don't understand what that means, you don't commit adultery with another man's wife. That's what that's saying. And this so-called Mashar Yasha Allah at that particular time said that if anyone did that, they would not only make it publicly known to every camp in Israel that was at that summit, and you had a lot of people there, man. You probably had like 300 and some people, all kind of different camps from all over the United States. You had people that came from Israel. You had people that actually came from Puerto Rico and all of that, all kind of camps, right? They said that they would go publicly when someone violated that code, number 6. Why didn't they do it when they knew that Zabak did it? And I'll tell you why they didn't do it. Because at that same time, that guy, Barak, that called himself Elder Barak of the house of David, he had violated a man's wife. That's why. See, these people are wicked, man. These people are wicked, and this is why we cannot be like them. And this is why I'm always banging against them, man. This is why I'm always coming hard against them, because I do this for real, man. I try and live by this for real, man. I literally try to live my life by this for real. You understand? A lot of these men are just talking, man. The brother's not on the call. I don't know why he's not on the call. It's a doc, right? You heard the brother saying last night, he ordered shirts from Zabak. First of all, he overcharged him. He said this man was charging people $50, $75 for a t-shirt. For a t-shirt. And then it took him 6, 11 months to get his t-shirt sometimes on 3 different occasions. And then one, it took him, what, he said 14 months to get a refund? But this is supposed to be a man of the Most High that people look up to and honor. You can't do that, man. Someone get Deuteronomy 23 and 23. If we say we're going to do something and we don't do it, judgment's coming behind that thing, man. The Lord said judgment is coming behind that thing. Someone get Deuteronomy 23 and 23.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 23. That which is gone out of thy lips, thou shalt keep and perform.
So the Most High said, whatever you say with your mouth, I don't give a damn. Oh, yeah, but no. He said, you got to do that thing. Okay, read on.
Even a free will offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, Yahweh.
Come on. So we're supposed to do everything that comes out of our mouth. You can't say, oh, I'm going to fast, and then you don't do it. Judgment is coming behind that. You are going to get judged for that. Now, you could like that, understand it, believe it. So someone got something to say?
You let your yea be yea and your nay be nay.
Come. That's what we got to do, man. That's what we got to do. So for now, but let's go over to Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and let's see the things that's actually going on right now. Let's see if we can find it in prophecy, because for the most part, the Lord is bringing turmoil against these nations. He's not really bringing it against Israel. He's bringing it against these nations. So let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 13, and let's start reading at verse 1. Isaiah 13, verse 1. And again, anyone that wants to call in, you could call in. The information was actually put in the room about 10 minutes ago.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amoz, did see.
So the burden of Babylon, of which Isaiah, the son of Amoz, did see. Read on.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
Okay, stop, because we got to get some understanding, because people are going to read this, and this whole chapter is pretty much allegorical, right? It says, lift thee up a banner on a high mountain. What is the banner that he's talking about here that you lift up on the high mountain? What is the banner? Joanna, you still in the room? What is the banner, William? What is the banner that you lift up on a high mountain? What is the scripture talking about? Lift thee up a banner upon a high mountain. Anyone know what the banner is? Anyone? William? Delet? Terrence? What is the banner is talking about? What about it, Shaw? What is the banner?
A flag. Like a flag, a symbol. Something showing that.
What is the banner, Shaw? What is the banner that it's talking about? Lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain. What about it, good brother Shaw? Where do Joanna goes? He needs this lesson. Read it again, Yashaba.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
The banner that is talking about to lift up.
Yeah, you get my
Whoever got that background noise, we're going to need you to unmute that. The banner that is talking about to lift up is the Bible. That is the banner. Lift thee up a banner upon a high mountain is talking about this Bible. The word mountain, when you read it in scripture, it's usually allegorical for government. So the Lord is saying to take this Bible and to lift it up upon government. Now, the highest form of government in this world today is the United States of America. So the Lord is saying to lift this Bible up against the United States of America. Read on.
Exalt the voice unto them.
And so when we're out here, when we're teaching, people wonder why Tyler Doc so rough? How come he speaks so rough? He always so rough. A lot of people, I see the damn comments they put on YouTube. They say, Tyler Doc, you stay in war mode. You damn right. Read that sentence right there again. I'll show you why I talk so rough, man. Read.
Exalt the voice unto them.
And we're not to be speaking soft to you. We're not supposed to be catering to you, speaking soft. The Lord said to exalt thy voice unto them. So I'm gonna get Isaiah 58, verse 1 real quick. Quick. Someone get it real quick, man. Not Yasha, but someone else could tune in, man. Get Isaiah 58, verse 1. We're not supposed to be talking softly. We ain't no damn yes men. The Lord can't use men like that. See, what happened is that our people's mind has actually been duped up by that image of Cedro Bogar that they see in these damn Bible movies every damn Easter Sunday and Christmas and so on and so forth. That's not the image of a Mashiach Yahweh Shah, man. He was nothing like that. So he's saying to exhort the voice unto them. Someone get Isaiah 58, verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
A trumpet is really loud. Cry aloud, spare not. You hear that, Delette? Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. You're not supposed to be talking all softly. You see, when soldiers have that reveille, oh, you that been in the military, remember that reveille, Yashabum? You can hear that all over the damn post.
That's right.
They blowing that damn trumpet. Lift up that voice like a trumpet. Cry aloud. And do what, Yeshaya? Finish that thing out.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions.
That's what we're doing, man. That's what we're doing. We're showing you where you went off, man. Half of you don't keep the Passover. Half of you don't tune in to the shows. Half of you don't know the scriptures and not really trying to learn them. So we're supposed to do this. We're not supposed to be speaking softly to you, speaking all nice. That's not going to make you change. That's not going to make you change. Just like if you're overweight and you're fat, but you don't want someone to tell you that, oh, it's just a little big bone. Nah, that's baby fat. Negro, you 35 years old. You told me that's baby fat. You're fat. You might just be fat. And that might be what it requires to get you to change, man.
Yep, you got to sweat.
Yeah, man. You're going to have to eat that. You're going to have to pick up your cross. Okay,
down your fork.
Go ahead. What was that, Bob?
You said pick up your cross, put down your fork.
Right. Go ahead, Yashabah.
God. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gate of the nobles.
Stop for a second. Now let me ask you, Shah. It says to shake the hands. When you lifting up your voice, I mean, common sense, man. Look how plain the Most High makes it, right? It says exalt the voice unto them, right? And Shah, when you shaking your hands and you talking loud with someone, what are you doing? What are you doing, Shah? Think about it. You exalt the voice under them and you shaking your hand at them. What are you doing?
He might not be on. He might just be tuned in the background. Oh, there you go.
He's on. What are you
just
doing?
Unmuted for a quick second, Shaw. What's your answer?
Can you repeat the question again, please?
We can't hear you.
Red little lady. Red little lady. If someone is exalting that voice, talking loud to you, and they're shaking their hands at you, what are they doing? What are they doing, good brother William?
They putting you in check.
There you go. He said that's what they're doing. That's what they're telling you off. If I'm raising my voice and I'm shaking my hand, I'm telling you off. I'm putting you in check. So that's what the Lord's saying we're supposed to do to who? To this government. That's what the Lord said. It said, lift thee up a banner, which is the Bible, upon a high mountain, which is the government. And the highest government in the world today is the United States of America. So go ahead, Yashabah. So you're telling them off. You're putting them in check. You're shaking your hand at them like this. When you talk to your child, I told you not to go out there no more and do that. You're telling them off, man. You putting them in.
That's right.
Yeah, that right. That right.
Verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
Con. So the Lord said he commanded his sanctified ones, and he also called his mighty ones. The mighty ones are the angels. That's who's going to bring this destruction about, man. When Hamashiach comes, he's not coming by himself. He's coming with a legion of angels. And keep in mind, man, one angel was able to destroy the entire cities of Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding cities. You see them when they be making these damn movies about, this will let you know Esau knows what's going on. When they make damn movies about Superman, Batman, all these damn superheroes, those are symbolic to the Most High's angels. The angels is the ones that really have these superpowers, man. So Esau, he knows the truth, man. He's putting it right before you, but you say, ah, man, that's just a movie. It's just Superman. It's not real. The hell it's not real. When you see these damn unidentified flying objects that you see in the sky, the people, the true believers in the Most High can identify with them. Those are chariots, man. Those are chariots. Come and check on this earth, and the Most High is going to round them up and come against this government, according to the Bible.
Chariots of fire, as it is written.
Go ahead, up.
I've commanded my sanctified ones. I've also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Even them that rejoice in my highness. See, those are the angels. They rejoice in the Lord's highness. God.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
Right. So it's going to be a noise. This is the battle, man. Because the Lord tells you how he's coming back in the book of Revelations, man. Someone get that 19:11. You want it? He might be on the phone. Someone get Revelations 19:11. The Lord tells you how he's coming back. And so that voice of the multitudes that you hear is going to be that voice of war. That's the sounds of war. Like as if it's a great people. Go ahead, finish that out, Yashaba.
Khan, a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations.
A tumultuous noise. Kingdoms of nations. That means all nations upon this earth is going to gather to battle for the final battle. World War III. 2 woes is actually already passed. The third woe is going to be World War III. You know, when you go to read the book of Revelations, it says 2 woes has passed and the third woe is going to come quickly. That's talking about Armageddon, when the nations gather for their doom. Someone got that? Revelations 19:11.
The book of Revelations, chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
That's Christ. That's a so-called black man with white woolly hair that's going to bring about this destruction that the world has been lying to you, telling you that it's Cedric Brozet. That is Hamashiach Yahawashah, a so-called black man with white woolly hair, a Negro. He's not a Hispanic. He's not a Puerto Rican. He's not an Indian. He's a damn so-called black man with white woolly hair, like lamb's wool, that's going to bring about this destruction upon this wicked earth, because the earth is wicked. They won't even let people assemble. They create a constitution and now saying no one better go out and assemble for the Passover. That's what the Lord's going to bring destruction. Go ahead, Op.
And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war.
So he's bringing war, man. He ain't going to be no damn peace. Talking about peace, peace, peace. It's not going to be any peace. It says in righteousness. He's going to make war. In righteousness, he's going to make war. So all of you, I'm interested something, man. All you Israelites, when we read down in this, all of you don't want to be joined, knowing to him, talked on nice. The Lord said, you're going to die too, Negro. You're nothing but a 2/3 Negro. You're missile fool. Understand? You're missile fool. Go ahead,
His eyes was as a flame of fire. And on his heads was many crowns. And he made a name written that no man but himself.
So his
no man knew but himself.
So when your eyes are red, man, you're angry. You're angry. You're angry, man. He's angry. He's angry with the conditions of his people because you don't want to listen. Half of you going to be eating damn Cheerios on the damn Passover. You understand? Half of you probably be cooking damn waffles on the damn on the Lord's Passover. So the Lord's angry, man. Go ahead,
And he was clothed with a baxter dipped in blood.
Yeah, so if
And
the
his
Lord's
name
coming
is
back
called
from
the
peace,
Word.
right. If he's coming back for peace, Salakia, why is he clothed with a vesture dipped in blood? His garment is bloody. He's returning in a bloody garment because he's coming for war. It told you that from the beginning. He's coming for war. So he's coming back to take heads off, man. Ain't gonna be no damn peace talks. Ain't gonna be no peace talks. And you can't put no sanctions on the Lord. Go ahead,
And his name is called the Word of God.
Come on. Let's go back to Isaiah. Go back to Isaiah, Yashabun. Pick up where you left that.
Gone. And that is in verse 5. Salakia, verse 4. And the Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
So it's telling you who's leading this battle. When you muster something, what is that? That's a formation. So who's calling this thing together? Yahweh Shah. He's the Lord of hosts. He's hosting the battle. He's mustering the battle. He's calling the formation of all his legions of angels. Read on.
They come from a far country.
Yeah, these damn terrorists. Stop for a second, huh? You see what's going on now? Let me ask you something, Joanna. Where did the COVID-19 virus come from? It came from a far country. It came from a far country. So the Lord is already sending pestilence and things over here. And it's ripping this country apart. I want you to think about what I'm saying. Piece by piece. There's already more cases of COVID-19 in the United States than there was in China or in Europe. We're already ahead of them. And this hasn't even reached its zenith. So, yo, man. And the Lord's not done. He's going to send terrorists, man, also. They're coming from a far country. What you're looking at now is biological warfare that came from a far country. Go ahead, read.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Wow. So hold on, man. Even the Lord and his weapons of what?
Indignation.
That word indignation means righteous anger. Even the Lord and weapons of indignation. So are you trying to tell me, Shah, that the Lord has weapons of righteous anger? Is that what that's saying, Brother Shah? The Lord has weapons of righteous anger? People say, no, man, God's not. Let's prove. Someone get the book of Jeremiah 50, and we're going to go into verse 25. Let's get some of these weapons that he got. Let's get some of these weapons. These weapons of righteous anger, indignation. Even the Lord and weapons of indignation. Let's get some of these weapons, man. Jeremiah 50, verse 25. Someone grab that.
Jeremiah 50, verse 25. And it reads, the Lord hath opened his armor.
Stop. The Lord has opened his armory. What is an armory? An armory is a storehouse of weapons. See how the National Guard has an armory where they store their tanks, their weapons? So the Lord has an armory like that also, a storehouse of weapons. Let's see what we got inside of this armory. Read on.
and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
And has brought forth the weapons of his violent, righteous anger. And has brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Righteous anger. Read on.
For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh.
No. You can't be reading that right, brother. You can't. You sure you're reading that right, brother? It's the work of who?
For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh.
No, yeah, he can't be reading that right, Yashabam. I thought God was all love. They say these weapons of indignation is the work of Yahweh. For this is the work of Yahweh. Read on.
For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of the hosts in the land of Canaan.
In the land of the Chaldees. So this is a work of the Most High, man. So the Lord has opened his armory. So the Lord has an armory. They don't tell you this. How come T.D. Jakes hasn't told you this? That the Lord has an armory with a storehouse of weapons. Why is he talking about, oh yeah, the pie in the sky and so on and so forth? Why don't they tell you this? Why is Joel Osteen not telling you this? Because the devil does lie. From there, let's go to Jeremiah. You know what? Let's go back to Yashabam. Yashabam, go back to Isaiah 13, verse 1. Let me make something very clear, because a lot of people will miss this point if I don't. Isaiah 13, verse 1.
Isaiah 13 and 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see.
Stop. Let me make this clear. A lot of people will read this and they think that it's talking about ancient Babylon. This is not talking about the ancient biblical Babylon. It's talking about a modern Babylon. It's talking about a modern Babylon. How do we know that? Jump down to verse 19. Let's prove that it's not talking about ancient Babylon.
God. Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms.
Babylon is the glory of kingdoms. Right now, this modern Babylon, the United States, America, is the glory of kingdoms. Everyone comes here from everywhere. They call it a melting pot. This is the glory of kingdoms. You have the so-called East Indian here, so-called Chinese, so-called Japanese, so-called Arab. People come from Europe. Everyone comes to America. It is the glory of kingdoms. Read on.
The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency.
Excellency. There's no excellency like America, man. This beautiful place. Read on.
Shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
So that's how we know it can't be talking about ancient Babylon. Because ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. How was Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed? The Most High sent in fire and brimstone and burned it up. That's not how ancient Babylon was destroyed. Ancient Babylon, the Persians and the Medes just simply walked in there and took it over. So we know it can't be talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about this modern Babylon. Now go back to the verse that you was on, brother. I think you was on 4 or 5, somewhere down there.
I'll start verse 6. Howl ye for the day. Oh, you want me to start up from the beginning?
No, right there. That's good.
Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand.
So the day of the Lord. A lot of people talking about the day of the Lord. I can't wait for the day of the Lord, the second return of Christ, the day of the Lord. So the scriptures say, howl ye. That means you're going to be crying. Howl ye. You're going to be crying. For the day of the Lord is at hand. Read.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. What shall come as a destruction from the Almighty? The day of the Lord. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. That's the day of the Lord. You might have seen days before. You might have had horrific situations, but nothing's going to be like the day of the Lord. It said, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Read.
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Damn. This is all hands going to be faint. All hands. It means they're going to be weak, feeble, weak. What is this talking about? It's talking about the day of the Lord. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. The day of the Lord. Let's get the book of Amos 5, verse 18. Let's see what this day of the Lord going to do. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Yahweh Shah.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
So Amos 5 and 18 says, the word woe means destruction, right? The Amos 5 and 18, it says death, destruction unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Read on.
To what end is it for you?
Yeah, what the hell is it unto you? You living wickedly. You talking about you waiting for the second return of Christ. What the hell is it unto you? What is it unto you? See, a lot of people think they want this, but they don't want that thing. They don't want it. No. They just think they do. The Lord said, what is it unto you? Read.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
The day of the Lord is death and not life. That word darkness, you can replace that with death. The day of the Lord is darkness and not life. You understand? It is darkness and not life. The day of the Lord is darkness and not life. Why is it darkness and not life? Let's get Isaiah 9, Isaiah 9, verse 5. Why is it darkness and not life? Let's see. Let's see why it's darkness and not life. Isaiah 9, verse 5.
9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Yeah, every battle that's been fought from the beginning up until this final battle, Armageddon, has been with confused noise. Arms getting blown off, bombs going off, grenades going off, people getting shot, screaming, confused noise. But what about this final battle? Read.
And the garments rolled in blood.
Yeah, the bloody garments, people get blood putting on tourniquets, bloody garments everywhere, confused noise. Read on.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
But this battle shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's talking about that thermonuclear destruction. That's what's going to make this battle so distinctive. It's going to be a nuclear battle. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's talking about that good old nuclear destruction. This is talking about those weapons that he have in his armory. These are chariots, man, that's occupied by angels. Yeah, I know a lot of you don't believe this, man. You said, no, this can't be Tyler Doc. That sounds like a comic book. It can't be the Bible. That's like probably saying, Yashaba. Well, let's see. Zechariah 14, verse 12. Zechariah 14, verse 12. Let's see if the Lord has weapons of mass destruction. Saddam Hussein didn't have them, but the Lord got them.
Zechariah 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
So all of these nations, and this shall be the plague, and this shall be the plague against every single nation upon the face of this earth has fought against Israelites. Yeah, we see Israelites out there on the corner. And this shall be the plague against every nation that fought against their Israelites. Read on.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Now, I want you to stop. Think for a second. What this scripture is saying, when this person dies, before the earth's gravitational pull have the ability to pull them to the earth and die, their flesh is going to melt away. Is that not nuclear fusion, Yashaban? It instantly melts your flesh. Your flesh shall consume away before the earth's gravitational pull make you fall to the ground. Before your body falls to the ground, your flesh is going to melt. That's that thermonuclear destruction, man. That's thermonuclear destruction. Read.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
And your eyes is going to melt right in your head. Your eyes is going to melt out. That's nuclear destruction, man. That's nuclear fusion. That's nuclear. You didn't know this was in the Bible, did you? You didn't know the Lord had weapons of mass destruction. George Bush, huh? You lying on Saddam Hussein. The Lord got those weapons, man, that you was looking for with Saddam Hussein. The Lord got that. That's who you better keep your eyes on, man. Go ahead, huh? Is that it on that?
No. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And your tongue's going to melt right in their mouth.
That's it.
Their tongue is going to melt right in their mouth. Your tongue's going to melt in your mouth. That's nuclear. If someone is standing on their feet, before that body falls to the ground, your flesh is going to melt away. Your eyes is going to dissolve right in the eye sockets, and your tongue is going to consume in your mouth. What weapon do they have like that? Nuclear destruction. Nuclear radiation, man. It'll destroy all human life within its path. You can't escape this, man. I'm hit you something. A lot of you 2/3 people, you going down right along with these nations, man, because you don't want to do what's right. And I know you think it's a game, but the Lord's making you listen to this message for a reason, man. So you can't have an excuse. You're going to bear witness on yourself, against yourself on that day, man. You're going to bear witness against yourself. Let's go back to Isaiah. I think we was on verse 6 or 7. Verse 6. How ye?
Come. How ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore,
so the second return of Christ is coming as a destruction from the Almighty. Read on.
Therefore shall all hands be faint.
Their weapons are not going to bring them anything. They're going to be faint. Faint hands mean weak hands. They're going to be terrified. Read on.
And every man's heart shall melt.
And every man's heart's going to melt. You're going to have grown-ass men pissing on themselves. Pissing on, damn, I wish I had listened to them damn Israelites, Tyler Dock and them, when they was telling me to come to Bible study. You're going to have grown men pissing on themselves. Go ahead, read.
Verse 8. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
So them hunger pains going to kick in because you're not going to be able to eat. Pains and sorrow, you're going to be sorry that you didn't listen when Yeshaya was trying to break the scriptures down to you. You're going to be sorry you didn't listen when Yashabun was telling you, yo, you shouldn't get upset when people trying to offer you righteous rebuke. Pains and sorrow are going to take hold on you.
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
You ever, sisters, red little lady, you still on the core?
No.
Gone, huh? No sisters on the core. So all of you women that's listening on YouTube, right? It says, they shall be in travail like a woman. Read that part again, up.
says, they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Right. Go ahead, finish reading that.
They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Right. So we know who that's talking about. Their faces shall be as flames. Who in the hell got red faces? Go down south. You can see who got red faces. Their faces shall be as flames. Their faces shall be as, we know who that's talking about. But in travaileth, like a woman, they should be in pain like a woman that travaileth, meaning when she's having that baby, when she's about to have that baby. If you know anything about a woman having a baby, when she's in labor, the closer it gets time to the delivery, the stronger those labor pains become. And they become closer and closer and closer together. That means she's getting closer to the labor. Then all of a sudden, boom, the baby's hit. Same thing with this. The closer we get to the end, the Most High is turning it up. That's why you've never seen anything like the COVID virus. You might have seen plagues and all of that, but they never shut down the whole world like they're doing now. They shut down the whole world because this thing is getting closer and closer. You got people still not taking it serious. They doing same thing they was doing in the day of Noah. Partying, drinking, partying BS. Keep going. Keep going.
Verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger.
It said the day of the Lord comes cruel. Cruel. With what? With wrath. And what? Fierce anger. Fierce anger. So, and so this is the thing, right? For these Eves that always want us to talk soft, does it sound like how Hamashiach coming back? It says with wrath, cruel, with fierce anger, man. He's coming destroying things, man. Destroying things. He's bringing about destructions, man.
Come. To lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
I can't understand why they don't read these scriptures in church. To lay the land desolate, he's destroying everything. And he shall destroy the sinners. It didn't say Esau. It didn't say just Moab. It says just sinners. That's talking about you 2/3 Israelites also, man. You better straighten up, man. It's talking about Jake also. Am I lying, Yeshaya? Let's talk about Jake also.
Because the nations, they can't be sinners because they were never
right.
What?
It was never given the laws.
Yep. So that's
according to Psalms 147, 19 and 20. He showeth his ways unto Jacob, his Lord's statutes and commandments, unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any other nation. So you're right. They can't, because the laws is never given to them. We're going to teach them the laws in the kingdom after they go into captivity. Go ahead, huh?
Stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his goings forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
It's going to get very dark, man. Very dark. That's the real blood moon. That's going to be real blood moon, because blood's going to be shed everywhere.
And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity.
So he's going to punish the whole world for their evil. So you Israelites, you're going to get some of this too, man. You wicked Israelites, you're getting some of this too, man. You're going to be liquidated by the weapons of the Most High just as well. You and your children, you don't do right. And let me prove that, because they said, nah, I'm not listening to him anymore. You're talking about killing children. Let's get that. Let's get the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, real quick. Let's get that. So they can't think I'm making this thing up. Ezekiel chapter 9. Can you get that, Joanna? Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 1.
Ezekiel
I'm gonna skip this.
chapter 9, verse 1. He cried also in my care.
Actually, jump down to the 4th verse. Jump down to verse.
And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the cities,
Now this
through the
city,
midst,
stop for a
through the
second.
midst of Jerusalem.
You stop for a second.
Come.
So the Lord is saying, go to the, now this is not talking about the ancient Jerusalem, right? Because now the people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So he's telling them to go out through the entire world, right?
And the Lord said, and the Lord saith unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that saw.
So the Most
and that
High,
cry,
the Most High, what's the mark that's going to be on the forehead? The people that's teaching this truth. The Most High has marked these men that's teaching the real truth so that they're not going to be destroyed. They're going to be protected. The people that's doing what he says. Right?
and that cry for all the abominations
Right. So these are the people
that
that's
he do.
So these are the people that's telling everybody, hey, you're going off, you're doing wrong. They're crying and sighing for all of the wickedness that's going on in the earth. Telling them, hey, you're not supposed to condone an alternative lifestyle. You're not supposed to be saying that that's okay. Those are the men that the Most High has put a mark on, the men and women, you know.
That he do, and the said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
Oh, we missed a lot of it. Hey, can you get that, Yashibum? Because he's blinking in and out. Or someone else, can someone get that? He's blinking in and out. We missed a lot of it.
Khan, where do you stop at?
Let's just start at the 4th verse, Ezekiel 9,
right.
verse 4.
Gotcha. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord saith unto him, go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So these are the people that's, banging on this beast and telling them that they're off for creating a man-made coronavirus, for sending out them COVID-19 checks to get people to sell their souls and be dependent upon a de facto. So I'm more so on these men, okay?
And to the others he said,
okay, but what about the people that say, oh, no, it's okay, don't worry about it. This is a beautiful government. This government love us. These are the others, the people that saying, hey, I don't care what type of lifestyle they have, as long as they don't bother me. Let's see what the Lord say about them.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young.
So he killing old and young people. Is that not what's going on right now? Yeah, old people that's dying. But when the Lord turns this thing up, you're going to be killing little children are going to die according to the Bible, not according to how they die. He said old and young. A lot of these old people that didn't want to believe, ain't going to happen in our lifetime. Well, it got to happen in someone's lifetime, right? So the Lord said they're going to die just as well, man. The Lord's not going to take no slack on neither one of you, man. You better repent, man, and come to this truth, man. A lot of people like to feel sorry for them, man. If you old and wicked, you're going to get death according to the Bible. Now, notice it's not what you want to hear, but this is according to the Bible, man.
Okay.
Don't you know you got a lot of old people that still sniff cocaine, man? Addicted to crack and heroin. They're in their 70s and 80s. The Lord's gonna purge, man. He's gonna purge, Zara. The Lord's not playing with nobody, man. Go ahead,
Verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women.
And what?
And women.
Maids, little children, and women. Yeah, some people always don't kill the women and children. The Lord's killing all of them. The Lord don't care nothing, a damn thing about your gender. Little Ray Ray out there being wicked. You better change that now, man. Because the Lord's going to put little Ray Ray to death, man. If you don't change him now. You better change it now. Because the Lord, according to this Bible, you see, The Lord is not the kind of person that they depicted in those damn biblical movies. He's a ruthless power, man. He's a ruthless power, and he don't give a damn about your emotions, man. Oh, you shouldn't do that to a little kid. The Lord said, if he's wicked, he's up out of here. Well, that's a woman. You shouldn't do that, brother. Well, tell the Lord that. Call 911 on the Lord for domestic violence. Call 911 on the Lord. You understand? Going down 911, when Hamashiach returns, I always said, right? The average damn black woman's probably gonna run to her damn cell phone and say, I got a black man at the door. I'm trying to break in my house, and she can call 911, and the Lord's gonna kill her ass. They're gonna kill that damn Edomite when they get there. You understand? Because most of our people don't even know what the Lord look like. You dig what I'm saying? They're gonna be looking for Esau. Oh yeah, there's a big black man, my hair with white hair. Can you please send someone? The Most High is gonna liquidate her wicked behind. Understand that. It might sound comical, but I'm just giving you a depiction of what's going on right here, according to the book of Ezekiel. Go ahead, I'll finish that thing up.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
So where's he gonna start killing these people at?
Begin at my sanctuary.
If that wicked behind the block doesn't repent, he's gonna begin at the sanctuary. These damn Israelites. You understand? That's where he's gonna start. So he's gonna get you before he get Esau. Begin at my sanctuary. Masha Yasha Allah. He coming for you, man. So you better repent quickly. Stop playing with the Most High, man. The Most High is nothing to be playing with. The Most High ain't no damn game. And you can't bargain with the Lord. Some of you, stop me where I'm at. Some people are going to pray, and some of you might be guilty of it. Oh, Lord, if you do this for me, I never sin anymore. The Most High ain't no damn bargain like damn Vegas. The Most High ain't no damn slot machine. Lord, if you do this for me, I'll do this. You can't bargain with the Most High. The Most High don't give a damn what you do. You can't tell the Creator what to do. You're the made man. Oh God, if you do this, I'll never sin anymore. The Lord said, go ahead and sin. I'm gonna put you to death. Yeah, he's gonna start at his sanctuary. Men, women, and children, old and young. So you better get right, man. You better get right.
And it says, then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
The house.
What does that mean? The ancient man? That's the oldest damn man in the house. Yeah, old man there. Don't talk to him like that. You can give him a heart attack. Well, the Lord's going to give him a heart attack. That damn sport. He take his damn head off. And his head be rolling on the damn floor like a bowling ball. That's what it's coming to, man. Israel don't want to listen, man. See, they think this is a game, man. The people cried and cried and cried, man. What did the Lord tell Jeremiah? Cry not for this people. Don't have mercy on them. Don't cry for this people. Why? Because they wicked. They don't want to hear it. You don't want to keep the Lord high holy days. You got men going out on the street claiming to be men of the Lord, and they wicked. They violate another man's wife. They're going groom little girls. They'll sell products and dishonor their brother. Take them months to get the brother a product. That's not an honorable man, man. That's not the spirit of the Lord, man. The Lord said, any man that rules over a man, he must be just. So the Lord said, don't pray for these kind of people. A lot of you want to pray for your wicked family members, and unless they repent, the Lord's not hearing them anyways, man. The Lord said, pray not for this people. Don't have any mercy on them. That's in Jeremiah, man. Go and read it for yourselves. Jeremiah 11 and 14. And then someone get Jeremiah 7 and 16. Jeremiah 11 and 14. And someone get Jeremiah 7 and 16. It's 1 Thessalonians 5 says approve all things. So let's prove the Lord said this.
Jeremiah and was that 14? Con. Jeremiah 11 and 14, and it reads, therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them.
So if people are wicked, we're not supposed to feel sorry for them, man. I hasten to tell you, if you do, you're not in the right spirit. See, this is the God of the Bible, man, that you don't know about. This is the God of the Bible that you think you could tap dance with. Oh, man, I'm not going to do Bible study, none of that. The Lord's going to deal with you, man. Because you're supposed to be learning these precepts so you know what to do. But if you don't learn a Bible, how are you going to know what to do? You're not going to know what to do, man. 613 commandments. Which one did you break today? That's what you should be asking. Go ahead, brother.
Neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble.
So the Lord said he's not going to hear you anyways, man. And when they come back and they cry, when they start seeing this thing come to pass, unlike what Christians tells you, Christians will tell you that you could call on God when you're about to die and you're going to be saved. That's a damn lie. What did the Lord just say? I'm not going to hear them. When they come crying to me, I am not going to hear them.
Then you got anybody got Jeremiah 7 and 16? I got it. Jeremiah 7 verse 16. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee.
Right, don't come to the Lord like you're a damn defense attorney for a man that's sinning, or your wife if she's still sinning. She didn't want to listen to you all this damn time, and you've been a damn simp, Mel. She been talking all over you, stepping all over you because you've been a simp. And then you want to do a intercession to her for the Most High, so she could try to get in. The Lord said he's not hearing that thing. He's going to turn his back on you. Jeremiah 15 verse 6, man. Lord said he's going to turn his back on you, man. Like just like you turn your back on him, you don't want to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. The Lord's going to turn his back on you, man.
And what was that next one?
Jeremiah 15 verse 6.
Jeremiah 15 and verse 6. Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord. Thou art,
you don't forsake the Most High. You know, I think that's Zadok. Can you mute? Mute him. You don't forsake the Lord that power, man. You forsake the Most High. Go ahead, up.
Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord. Thou art gone backward.
You're going backwards. You're going back to the world, man. Don't fall out of this truth, man. A lot of people, they be eager in the beginning. They're going back to the world. I send the brother Ben Naya the link, man. How come he's not on the study? I've been sending it to him, man, for the past month or so. How come he's not back on the study? What about all the things he said to Yeshaya? You see what I'm saying? Your spirit always manifests against yourself, man. The Lord see that man, and the Lord's going to deal with it. They going back to the world, man. He turning his head from the plow, going back to the world, man. You forsake the Lord that power, and you think you're not going to get judgment? Go ahead, man.
Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee.
So the Most High is going to destroy you, man. Let me hit you something, man. Just like we read in Ezekiel, he'll get your damn children, man. He'll get your children. That's the kind of power you're dealing with, man. I'm not going to say what you want to hear. I'm going to say what's in this Bible, man. The Lord will get your children, man. He's I will stretch out my hand against you and destroy you. You want to play with the Most High? You better go and play damn Monopoly or something. So, some game to play with. You don't want to play with the Lord, man, because he will get you, man. And you're not going to go unpunished. Like he say, though a hand joined in the hand, the wicked will not go unpunished. You want your fiat? All right. Keep going. You said the Lord's coming for you, man.
And it finishes out saying, I am weary with repenting.
See that? You see, he's coming with repentance, man. He's coming with repentance, man. You shall not escape. And so the Lord said, when they come to him in prayer, Yashabun, when they hold out their hands, the Lord said, I'm not going to hear you. Because they're going to come back. Let's get to Isaiah 1, verse 15. The Lord said he's not going to hear you, man. When you spread forth your hands, he said, I'm going to hide my eyes from you, man. I don't want to hear what you got to say, you sinner.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 15. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you.
So the Lord said, I'm not going to hear anything. How you spread forth your hands to the Most High? You go to him in prayer and you beg with your damn hands out. That's why I be telling people, I'm not hot spitting your damn hands, man. You go against my Lord, you're going against me. Lord said he's not going to hear you. He's going to hide his eyes. And who you got once the Lord turns his back on you? Go ahead, Al.
I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear.
So I ain't hearing nothing. And you see, a lot of people, they do this. They go and sin, and they think that they could go and pray, and the Most High is hearing. The Lord's not hearing you at all. He's not hearing you at all. You got to repent. And the first thing you got to do is stop sinning. That's what you got to do, man. You got to stop sinning. That's the first thing you got to do if you want the Lord to hear you. And to all of you that want all this stuff for yourself, and you didn't turn your back on your brother send you money for a shirt, you charge the brother $50, $75 for the damn camp t-shirts. What was I telling brothers? $30, something like that, $35.
Yeah, it was like 30, it's like 30 or 40 bucks, but I mean it makes sense because you got $25 just for sewing on the dang on
Right. Come.
And that doesn't include the stamp, you know,
right.
In the, that's not a cheap shirt. Like
this man was selling them to some brothers according to Zadok. Would you say Zadok $70, $75?
Yeah, $50 to $75, you know what I'm saying? But they had the fringes on them.
Yeah, these had the fringes also. They cost it $25. But I'm interested. The only reason I charge even that amount is because I had to pay to get the fringes on, right? If I got a rib that know how to sew them on, I used to only charge people $15, man, to get the fringes on. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're trying to put usury on something against your brother, the Lord's going to bring it back against you, man. He's going to bring it back. You're not going to go unpunished, man. You got to understand that, man. So we got to be, it has to be a just balance, man. We got to be very careful what we do, man. Scripture says everything you do it for the glory of Yah, the glory of God. So from there, right, let's go to Matthew chapter 25, right? And when the Lord comes back, let's see what's going on here. Matthew 25 and 31. Let's start right there. All of you that think you got away with what you're doing, your brother's in despair, you won't help your brother. I help a lot of people, man, where I didn't have to help them, man. Because I know what the Lord says about this, man.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. And these are Yahushua's words. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him.
So he's bringing a legion of angels also. Go ahead, read on.
Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Yeah, so these angels, they're going to put your ass to death, man, if you've been sinning, man. You don't want to repent. We read this in Revelations 19 and 11. Go ahead, read on.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So all nations, that means you Israelites going to be in there also. Don't think you're going to escape this. That what Tahar has told you about you're going to be destroyed and come back as children, that's a damn comic book. You can't find that in the Bible. That's a comic book. Read.
And he shall separate them one from another.
So he's going to separate.
As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
Yeah, you're gonna be on the left-hand side, man. Oh, you don't want to get this, man. All of you don't want to keep doing what you're doing. Satan operates on the left-hand side. Okay, read.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Come on, that's the righteous right there. You know.
For I was a hungered, and ye gave me meat.
Mm-hmm.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink.
Yeah, remember that guy you saw in the street, and you just walked by him and laughed? That was one of the brothers, because in the nation of Israel, it's not supposed to be no homeless people. That's only supposed to be existing in Esau society, but not in our society. Okay, read.
I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
How many people go and visit? You got family members in prison. You want? I'm not visiting him. I don't have time, man. I'm too busy.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee?
Yeah, they're gonna say, man, I never seen you before in real life. But when did we do these things? Watch this. Watch this.
For when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
So if you do it to even the poorest Israelite, it's like you're doing it to Hamashiach Yahushua. If you look out for your brother in a very bad condition, it's like you're doing it for Hamashiach Yahushua. Now, I'm not telling you that, because a lot of people out there leeches. I'm not telling you to do it for those kind of people. That's why the Lord said to try every spirit. But when you help your fellow brother, it's like you're doing it for Yahushua, Yeshua. Go ahead, brother.
Then shall ye say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed,
you cursed,
everlasting fire.
That's on the left-hand side right there.
Prepare for the devil and his angels.
So, I mean, the devil's real then, according to Hamashiach Yahushua. And he has a legion of angels. Prepare for the devil. Get ready for hell. Get ready for, torment, everlasting torment of your soul. God.
For I was a hungered, and ye gave me no meat.
Mm-hmm.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink.
Uh-huh.
I was a stranger, and ye took me not in.
Come on.
Naked, and ye clothed me not.
That's right.
Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered, or a thirst, or a stranger?
The Lord's going to say, remember when Tazadok said he needed a reader? My servant Tazadok said he needed a reader, and he wanted you to read, but you wanted to go and hang out. You wouldn't read for him to spread my message. He's going to say, that's when. Go ahead.
Or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee. Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal.
Yeah, that's a horrible place to be, man. An everlasting punishment, that means forever. That means your soul's going to be tormented forever. Those are the people that's going to go away in everlasting punishment. forever. That's a hell of a place to be, man. That's a hell of a place to be, man. In Acts 4 and 12, salvation exists in no one else. For there is no other name under the heavens to men by which we can be saved. Hamashiach Yahawashah. Something that the Torah-centered people might want to reflect on. But that's another story in another book. So that's what it is, man. Don't want to help your brothers? That's what's coming to you. Get ready for death. Get ready for destruction. I want to help your brothers. Hey, real quick, let's go back to Isaiah. We're going back to that 13th chapter. I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen in camps like GOCC that wanna, intermarry and so on and so forth. Let's see what the Lord say about things like that, man. Let's see what the Lord says about that. Let's go to Isaiah 13, verse 13. Isaiah 13, verse 13. And someone grab me Isaiah 34, verse 1.
The book of Isaiah.
Yeah, you go ahead with that Isaiah 13, verse 13. Someone get Isaiah 34, verse 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens.
The heavens.
And the earth shall remove out of her place.
Yo, read it again, huh? Read it correct. It says the heavens. I will shake the heavens.
The heavens, and the earth shall remove out of the place in the wrath of Yahweh, of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
All right, you're still broken.
And it shall be as.
Yeah, he's breaking up too much. Can someone else get that?
I got you.
Isaiah 13 and 13.
Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place.
Okay, stop for a second. The average Negro that'll go and read this, he think the Lord is talking about destroying his own heaven. It's not talking about his heaven. What is heaven?
Rulership.
Heaven is rulership. Heaven is having the things that you want. Heaven is being in power. Right now, Donald Trump is in heaven. Nancy Pelosi's in heaven. This is their heaven. The president of China is in heaven. This is their heaven. So the Lord said he's going to shake these heavens, meaning the rulership, and the earth is going to be removed out of his place. Read on.
In the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. Verse 14. And it shall be as the chase roe.
Okay, so stop. Now let's see whose heavens the Lord is going to shake. Let's go to Isaiah 34, verse 2. Let's see whose heaven the Lord's going to shake and move us out of his place. Because he's going to set up another rulership in this earth, man. You can like that, understand it, believe it or not. Isaiah 34, verse 2.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 2. Shaw, you got it? I saw you got unmuted, so I was just checking. Isaiah 34, verse 2. Oh, you got it.
Can't hear him, man.
God. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Read on.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
It's talking about bodies, melted bodies from nuclear destruction, bodies lying all over the earth, man. Read on.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved.
Now stop. The Lord is not talking about destroying his own heaven. That would make no sense. That's how we know in Isaiah the 13th chapter, the Lord is not talking about his heaven that's going to be moved out of place. It's going to be this world rulership. It's going to be Esau's heaven. Read on.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down.
Yeah, every one of them is going to fall down. Read on.
As the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
So there's going to be war in heaven. The Lord is not going to have a war in his own heaven. Let's see whose heaven that is talking about. Let's see what this sword of the Lord that we read about in Revelations 19 and 11 is going to be bathed in upon his second coming. Read.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
And it shall come down on Esau. On Esau, Idumea, which is a Greek word for Esau. See how they put that in there and try and throw you off? They put the word Idumea. Go and look it up in Greek. The word Idumea means Esau, and it shall come down on Idumea. Read.
And upon the people of my curse.
So these people are cursed, man. These people are cursed according to the Bible, and it shall come down upon Idumea, the people of my curse. Get Donald Duck Trump out of that one. Get Nancy Pelosi out of that one. Get him out of that one. Get Sean Hannity out of that one. You can't, man. You can't. You can try, but you can't. Not according to the Bible. So I tell the doc that's hate. Well, you're gonna have to call God a hater, man. I'm just reading this stuff verbatim, man. Go and check out Idumea. See what it means for yourself, man. Go and check it out for yourself, man.
Which version of the Bible you have?
What was that?
In my son's Bible, it says Edom. For
oh, see that? See that? What version is that?
Yeah, that's the King James version. No, yeah, the new King James version.
Yeah. See, they know we done bought that out, man.
Yeah.
They know we done bought that out, man. You see that? They know we done bought that out. Now they done put the right thing there in the new King James version. They put Idumea in the old one, man. So now let's go back to Isaiah the 13th chapter and let's see about all of you that's involved, like, you know, in these interracial marriages. Let's see what the Lord's going to do in these last days, man. He's going to separate you, man. Don't call me a racist. Just read the Bible for yourself, man. These are days of separations, man. The Lord's going to separate you, man. GOCC is not supposed to be intermarrying people, man. That's against the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Bible, man. Israelites were supposed to be married to their own people. Don't tell me what King David did. Don't tell me what Moses did, because all of them sinned and they repented. It's about what you do.
God.
Are you gonna bury David, or are you gonna obey the Lord's statutes and commandments? That's the question. And what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chased roe.
That it is the Edomites. It shall be like a chased roe. You're gonna be like a burned deer. Read on.
And as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people.
You see that? That's what's going to happen. They shall every man return to his own people. So the Lord's going to separate you, man. They're going to go back to their own nation. They shall every man. Well, so you want to date Becky? Becky's going to leave your ass. I'm going to hit you something. She can call you a coon. She can call you the N-word before she leave. They shall every man return to his own people. Read on.
And flee every one into his own land.
They're going back home, man. They're going back to their own land, man. The Lord's going to separate you, man. What are we reading? Bible prophecy. Bible prophecy.
God. Verse 15. Every one that is found shall be thrust through.
So every one of these nations, according to the Bible, is going to be put to death, man, with the sword. shall be thrust through. What about these, the few that stay with them? Nah, man. Eminem, he's cool, man. I like him, man. He's my favorite rapper. What about that con? What does the Lord say? Read.
It says, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
So the Lord's gonna put your ass to death, man. You want to be joined on to the Lord's enemy, the Lord's gonna put your ass to death. Understand that. Understand that, man. And we can close the book right there.
Let me bring out that next verse. Number 16. It reads, 13 and 16. Their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
That means it says their children will be dashed to pieces before their eyes, their homes destroyed, and their women raped. So that you could understand, rape. Their women are going to be raped. This is the Bible, man. Rape. You get that? I don't want no parts of that. You all could have that. I don't want no parts of that, man. Come on. That's what the Bible says, man. Silence like glass, man. I hate this thing, man. I hate this truth.
Cricket. Sure.
Think about that, Zadok.
Con.
We said about that, Yowana. He must have fell off of the call again. What you think about that, Shaw?
It's a lot to chew up and swallow.
Yeah.
For those that aren't used to it, or for those that's been
want to get yourself a Japanese, huh? The Lord's gonna man. Lord's what Wesley Snipes say? Yeah, I gotta have me an Asian women. They're peaceful. Okay. Lord's gonna separate you in these last days, man, according to the Bible, man. People better start reading the Bible for themselves, man. And when you bring out precepts like this, they tell you that's hate. It's not hate, man. It's a lie. It's giving you the truth, man. They're trying to save your soul. We're dealing with a fierce power, man. We're dealing with a ruthless power, man. So we're dealing with, man. Anyone else got anything, man? Anyone got anything they want to bring out? Want to call in? I put the numbers in the room. There's the link. Anyone cares to speak? There's your opportunity. You look like opportunists. No one has anything, man. That's usual. We could set it. We could shut it down because I intended on doing another stream on commerce a little later, man, around 6.
Well,
I just
one verse. I got one verse. Hebrews 10 and 25.
Bring it out. Huh? Bring it out.
All right.
Hebrews 10 and 25. Let me. Well, Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. Yeah, that's a powerful scripture right there, man. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some. I said to come together, man. But exhort one another, raise one another up, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. So that scripture is saying that we're supposed to come together stronger, the closer, that this time is getting. And that's why I was trying to get, everyone to fast, man. We're supposed to be still fasting now, man. Hopefully everyone on the call is still fasting, man. This is the first time I started to get hungry right now, man. I only got 3 hours and something left. When is sunset? About 4 hours left.
Yeah, it's about right at 8. About like 745, 750, something like that.
Nah, it kind of depends on where you at. Let me see. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of depends on where you at. Yeah, it wouldn't set the same time in Florida as it would in New York, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
Gone.
Yeah, man. Calm. So that's what it is, man. Hopefully, people will receive this, man. Hopefully it will make some people, keep the Lord's holy days correctly, man. Repent. And do the right thing. Do the right thing. Can't dispute the truth. Can't dispute the truth, man. Dawada Israel, what you got, man? The phone number's in the room, man. We're not on StreamYard, but you could click on that phone number if you want to call in. What was that password? Passover 2. It's the password is Passover 2. Anyone want to call in, speak up before we shut it down? Eliezer, looks like you're saying something, but we couldn't hear anything. Maybe you just moved something over there.
Yeah, there was an echo in this background.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, he said it's 7:05 over there. So yeah, everywhere it's different, man. The sunset. Look, someone told Ruth that there's no fasting on the Shabbat. Where in the heck they getting this stuff from, man? Where did they get this from? I mean, I wonder who told her that. Where did they get that from? No fasting on the Shabbat. Wow. I never heard that one. Anyone ever hear that one before?
Yeah, IUIC teach that. Yeah, a lot of camps teach. IUIC teach no fasting on the Sabbath, but you can have sex on the Sabbath.
What the hell?
Is opposite.
Yeah, they are.
What the hell is that? Yeah,
because they
really
saying
his soul, man.
We're not in the temples of Jerusalem, so we can have sex, but we can't fast because you have to eat something.
But
I don't know what scripture that's supposed to be.
Having sex and fasting,
that's what
you can't have one without the other.
So let me just show people something real quick, man, because I'll tell you straight, that's garbage, man. That's straight garbage, man. And this is why people gotta learn to read the scriptures for themselves, man. That is straight garbage. And for Nate to be teaching people that, man, he's going way off. So let's go to the book of Luke, man, chapter 4.
All right. You got Luke chapter 4.
It's 3 o'clock.
Actually, Matthew is probably better because Matthew will actually give you the number of days that he fasted.
God, I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and start from verse 1. It says, then Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights.
Okay, so stop for a second. Now let's just use common sense, right? So this is our Lord and Savior, right? A Mashiach Yahushua that the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, right? So if he fasts 40 days and 40 nights, that's over 4 Sabbaths right there. He fasted for over 4 Sabbaths because he didn't keep no lunar Shabbat, right? So he fasted 4 Sabbaths. He fasted straight 40 days and 40 nights. Since we're supposed to be Christ-like, we're supposed to do what he does. So what the heck they're talking about? Well, where did they get this doctrine from? You can't fast on the Shabbat. Go ahead, finish that out, huh?
And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward a hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Yahweh, command that these stones be made bread.
Come on. So the devil was tempting Hamashiach. But the point is, Ruth, if you're wise, Ruth, stay on channels like this. Matter of fact, you could well, let me put my email in the room for people that want to join T-Doc, build with us, and so on and so forth. We have Shabbat service on usually between 12 and 2 on Saturdays, and Tuesday nights we typically will have like a Bible study class. I will encourage everyone on this call to start tuning into these. The good brother Zebulun also. So this is the email address. If you you email that, we'll add you to the group emails and group texts, and you could really learn the Bible and read it yourself, not the doctrine of men, because we're supposed to be trying to like help people, save their souls, not just making up doctrine of men. I never heard of that one, man. And Nate know that's off, man. He's not supposed to be leading people down that path like that, man. Yeah, if you're in the UK, there's a phone number, right? I put in the room. There's a phone number, but if the phone number doesn't, because I'm not on StreamYard right now, we're on Zoom. So you could click that Zoom link, and the password again is Passover 20. Because initially what we was doing on this call is to show brothers and sisters how to properly keep the Passover. There's a lot of things that Israelites do that's actually desecrating the Lord's Passover, and we shouldn't do that. So your phone number's right there. It'll bring you in Zoom, and we could actually let you in. You want to speak. But again, to the people on the call, I will be doing another call around 6 p.m. tonight, based on, the commerce. I'm going to just show people how to deal with the bonds. I was talking about that in a couple videos over the past couple days, but I'll just do one video strictly on that. Just keep it on the commercial side. Yeah, this is the first time that I got even a little hungry, man. I'm so used to yeah, it doesn't really matter where you are, Ruth. You could actually you could still from Jamaica, you calling from the StreamYard. Let me people that's actually on the call. Let me see. Yeah, if you go to the Deprogram Enlightener channel, let me put the link in the room so people. This is actually you can click on this link, and at 6 there's going to be a stream on this link right here. If you click on that YouTube link, just click that link. Just click that link right there. We're going to be doing a stream at 6 p.m. on YouTube. So with the StreamYard, doesn't really matter where you are. You just click on the link. You'll be able to get in, Ruth. Doesn't matter where you are. There's people that chime in from the UK, Canada, places like that all of the time. So if you just click on the link, you're good. Anyone else have anything? Anyone with T-Doc got anything they want to bring up? Just to let y'all know, I did message everyone. Everyone got the message. So if they're not here, it's by choice. They're doing whatever they're doing, man, on the Lord's Sabbath. Lord said, don't violate my Sabbath. Don't desecrate my Sabbath. So if no one else got anything, we can shut it down. So again, people that's in the room right now, you could chime in on StreamYard at 6 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time. Click that link that I posted in the room, and you'll be able to listen in. So we thank everyone for listening. But right now, we're going to say Shabbat Shalom. May the Most High bless and keep you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.